A pretty well-known expression is that money makes the world go round, which makes sense, considering how a great number of things we enjoy that end up costing a pretty penny. In fact, there are some things in this world that the majority of us will never be able to afford, which appear to be reserved for the wealthiest tycoons and celebrities that we know of. But what are these crazy expensive things we will never be able to get our hands on? And are there any alternatives that we may be able to afford in our lifetimes? Well, whether you're a fan of the wealthier side of life or just want to vicariously enjoy these items through our video, you've come to the right place, as we're about to explore the most expensive things we'll probably never be able to buy. So strap yourselves in and get ready for some jealousy, as things are about to get interesting. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss out on any of the new videos we post. Number 1. A personal chef. The first item we have is less of an item and more of a service, and comes in the form of hiring a personal chef to take care of all of your nutritional needs. There is nothing that celebrities and wealthy people alike love more than employing someone who is able to cook up a storm, bringing them some of the best dishes that the world has to offer. In fact, the hiring of a personal chef and dietitian is something that appears to be quite common in the world of professional athletes, as these employees make sure that the athletes in question are receiving the best food to increase their energy intake and promote a healthy body. The hiring of a professional chef ranges in price depending on the specific chef that we're talking about. On average, though, you can expect to pay around $120,000 per year for daily meals, not including the cost of the ingredients that chef is using to make your favorite dishes. And if you've ever bought saffron yourself, you'll know just how expensive these ingredients can be. As an alternative to this expense, think of investing in a home delivery meal kit service, which is really the next best thing. Although it may be true that you'll still be cooking the meal, all the guesswork will be done for you with the specific ingredients being pre-packaged in their exact measurements, and the recipe being provided free of charge. This will allow you to experience restaurant-quality meals at a fraction of the price. And rather than pointing out that your own personal chef made the dish, you'll be able to take the credit yourself. Number 2. Your own charity or foundation. When it comes to people who are incredibly wealthy, the next big step after buying a boat is to make sure that a part of yourself is left on the earth when you eventually fade into nothingness. This is why so many celebrities and tycoons choose to establish their own charity or foundation, which ends up donating funds to the less fortunate on their behalf. A great example of this is the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which is by far one of the largest private foundations in the world. Created by software billionaire Bill Gates, this foundation has an endowment of around $40.3 billion and is responsible for helping a great many people who find themselves in unfavorable situations. Better yet, the foundation will continue to do so even after Bill and Melinda are gone, leaving a lasting legacy for the years to come. The vast majority of us have to find another way to leave our mark on the earth, though, with the establishment of a foundation or charity often requiring quite a bit of capital and investors that most of us just don't have. This doesn't mean you can't feel great for helping out, though, as true help often doesn't require any money at all. Rather than giving away your hard-earned cash, think of donating some of the things you no longer want or need to an organization of your choice. These items can often be sold at organized auctions to bring in money on your behalf. You can also choose to donate your time to help out at animal shelters and old age homes, for example, where volunteers are always needed. Either way, there's no real need to be remembered for the foundation or charity you established when you're helping people as much as you can anyway. Number 3. A vacation home. Since the economy is at an all-time low due to the global health situation, many people have found themselves between a rock and a hard place when it comes to affording their own place to live. Wealthy people, on the other hand, can easily purchase property without burdening themselves with mortgages, which often results in them buying a couple of residences. The property market is, after all, considered to be one of the most lucrative markets in the world. You see, buying immovable property is pretty risk-free at the end of the day, with immovable property often appreciating rather than depreciating in value over long periods of time, setting it apart from other expensive assets that many want to own. It's for this reason that many wealthy individuals choose to purchase holiday properties or vacation homes, as these are often in high demand. Another major plus point is that the family is able to use this property while waiting for its value to appreciate, which makes for some incredible memories that money just just can't buy. The unfortunate thing about the buying of property is not everyone can do it. As we mentioned earlier, you need to actually have large amounts of money to get started in the property market. And since the majority of people can't afford to buy their own houses, of course they can't afford a holiday home. A great alternative to the purchasing of a home, such as this, is the owning of a timeshare, which allows you to purchase the right to live in a particular holiday home at a certain time during the year. This is a lot cheaper than actually owning the property, but won't allow you to earn anything in particular when the property appreciates in value. At least you'll be able to take a well-earned vacation though. Number 4. Private jet. When it comes to the wealthiest of celebrities, there is no bigger flex than owning your own private jet, which allows you to travel from country to country without being mobbed by paparazzi at the airport each and every time. The Sun has also reported that a great deal of wealthy businessmen choose to invest in the buying of a private jet since it allows them to conduct business meetings and broker deals while they fly, with time often being their most important resource. Only the richest of the rich are able to afford the luxury of owning their own private jet or airline. In fact, Steve Versano, who is the founder of The Jet Business in London, has indicated that you can expect to pay around $500,000 for the smallest second-hand model that money can buy. And when it comes to the purchase of an airline jet, you can expect to pay $300 million. On average, however, the majority have been seen to pay $9 million per purchase. If you really want the experience of what it must feel like to own a private jet for yourself, you can always have the option to charter a private jet for a lot less. Although you won't be able to boast that you actually own the aircraft, you'll still be able to fly to wherever you want to go for around $2,100 per hour of flight if you choose to share this experience with the rest of the passengers on board. It's still pretty darn expensive, in all honesty, but since you'll probably never be able to afford a private jet on your own, it really is the next best thing. Number 5. A yacht. Another expensive item many wealthy individuals love to splurge on is a luxury yacht, which is often used to travel to the best locations around the world. Yacht travel is less about actually reaching these destinations and more about the journey, often coming with some of the best amenities and toys that money can buy. It's also more often than not the case that these yachts need to be managed by a captain and crew who often act as the owner's own personal lackeys. Trips on a yacht are considered to be some of the most relaxing trips one could take, which makes sense considering the cost of purchasing one of these incredible machines. According to reports, David Geffen of DreamWorks fame ended up purchasing a 454-foot yacht for around $300 million back in 2013, which apparently had around 82 rooms, a private cinema, and its very own wine cellar. Not a bad way to travel to a holiday destination, right? But since the buying of a luxury yacht is out of the price range of everyone not within the top 1% of the world, a great alternative is to relax on a large cruise liner. The average amount spent on a cruise, which often includes airfare, is around $2,200, which is clearly a lot less than the $300 million that David Geffen spent. And while you won't be able to experience the relaxing effect of the sea on your own, at least you won't bankrupt yourself by investing in one of these incredible experiences. Just remember to take some spare cash with you, as alcohol is known to be notoriously expensive when it comes to cruises. But what do you think about these expensive items the wealthy like to spend their money on? Be sure to let us know in the comments section down below.